I'm getting better at starting all these at the same time and having them all in one place. There's like one line of sight practically. I just have to kind of do this. Oh, right. Yeah. um, yeah, dude, I'm sick. um, I was just like at that fight in the cold stage last couple of days. And then today it was like I took the Dayquil, and after I took the Dayquil, I did not get better. No, I know, you guys. The scary part is that I'm supposed to fly Christmas Eve. I'm supposed to fly Christmas Eve to Vegas, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it now because if I keep getting worse, I'm gonna have to cancel my Christmas trip, which would suck. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because I could just book another trip now that I have all my days off. But you know, it would suck because we have Christmas plans, and um, yeah. Thanks, James. I'm sick and sick. So yeah, hopefully I have just been like neti potting. I'm on like, speaking of pots, this is like my fourth pot of tea, and I made some really good shrimp scampi. I know. So I'm like sick, but I'm functional. The only thing I'm worried about is if I get worse. If I don't get worse, then I will not, I will Dayquil my way through the flight tomorrow for sure. For sure. Mm. In the meantime, I have been flipping through streaming services like crazy pants. And hey, what does that say? Lobe to be? Lo to be, lobe to be, lob to be. I can't read. Sorry. And I am so mad because BritBox was all like, hey, new season of Shetland premiering on the 22nd, only to find out that oh no, I love you, dear, but I do not want to go to Tennessee. I mean, I'll be in Tennessee for the Smoky Mountains for the Mountain Festival, but I don't want to live in Tennessee. I like to visit Tennessee, but I can't live in a red state that doesn't allow abortion. Wah, wah. Not that I'm gonna need one, but you know, just on principle. Hi, Justine. I know, still not feeling it. Hi, Vernon. And yeah, so Shetland, it turns out that season 10 is only for premium members. And I'm like, what is this premium member crap? And I was like, wow, did BritBox just OnlyFans me? Did BritBox just like lure me in with the promise of Shetland and then be like, wait, baby, if you want to see the whole thing, you got to go to the premium membership. And I'm like, but Shetland, I need Scottish crime drama. God damn it. Like, what the hell? I'm not doing it though, because, you know, I just got fired from my job. I'm not premium BritBox material. Maybe if I still have my job and got my bonus check, then I'd be all like, BritBox it up, baby. I'm going for the full OnlyFans experience, but no. I'm going to wait until January 2nd with the rest of the poor folk. What did I say over? Oh, you know, the hard part is that this light is like blaring in my face to try and make me look less pale and pasty sick, but it's making it hard for me to read these because of the glare. Hi, is that Foursquare? I think. Yeah. It might also be my eyes watering a little bit now that I think about it. Sad face. Look at how swollen my sinuses are, dude. I've been like this half the day. Just, oh, yeah, that feels good. Lincoln, you wish I could work at the Hippo on the coast? What is the Hippo? I don't know if that's a radio station or a strip club. And I say that just because at one point I was in Vegas many years ago partying with, oh God, it was the Nickelback crew. And they were like, we were going to go to like a club at, God, what was it? It was some club that had just opened up at the Planet Hollywood, I think. And they were like, and the club was closed. They're like, hey, we just had last call. We're closing early today. And they were like, that's cool. We're going to the Rhino. And I was like, okay, what's the Rhino? And we get to the Rhino. And I mean, it was like silly. Like we all hopped in a limo and rolled over to the Rhino, like we were big dogs. And I mean, they were big dogs. I just happened to be tagging along. And we get there and I'm like, oh, this is the Rhino, huh? And thanks, Alex. And it turns out it's a strip club. And I was like, oh, we're going to a strip club? Like, I thought we were going someplace that would serve food. I thought we were going to a dinner club. I thought it was going to be like a place that has like cabaret tables and food service and a bar. And they were like, oh no, it's got a full bar. Because I'm thinking California strip clubs, you can't drink. Thanks, painting. And we get to the Spearmint Rhino, and they were mad at me for something. What was it? God, they didn't want to let me in. Like, they were hassling me. Oh, I know what it was. First, I was coming in. They were checking my purse, and I had a camera in my purse because I was a tourist. This was in the days before your phones had cameras. And which is funny because they let me keep my phone, but they took my camera. And then they wanted to take my sunglasses, and they're like, we don't allow sunglasses in the club. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? You don't allow sunglasses in the club. I'm like, well, I'll just keep them in my purse. I'm not going to wear them. But also, I don't understand what that security measure meant. And then finally, like, the guy who we were with, who was like the big dog guy, he walked in and he was like, and how are you going to pay for this? And I was like, you charge women to get into a strip club? Like, don't you know this is like a locker room for me? And finally he walks up and that was the last straw because they wanted me to pay. And I was all, I'm not giving you, it was like $50 or something ridiculous. And I was all, I'm poor. I'm not giving you $50. Are you kidding me? And so the guy walks in and he like throws down the Amex Black and he's like, you stop talking to her. You don't even look at her. He's all, go ahead. You go ahead. Go on in. I was like, oh shit. That was fun. That was really fun. Like, I almost wanted to just get a fake Amex Black just to freak people out like that. Because I guarantee you, as soon as he put that down, they were like, thank you, sir. And they like did the snap, snap. And they brought us our own person. And we had like a host. And our host showed us to our table. And then they filled our table with all kinds of things like Dom Perignon and giant bottles of Grey Goose. And I was like, can I get a water? I'm just really thirsty. You know, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and we've been drinking all day. You know, obviously I've been out since the daytime because I still have my sunglasses on me. And they were like, yeah, sure. And I'm not joking. I swear I'm not exaggerating when I say this. If I'm lying, I'm buying. They walk back with an entire tray of like 15 shampoo bottle waters. And I was like, I just asked for 1 glass of water. We don't need 15 Voss waters that come in shampoo bottles and look ridiculous. And they were like, whatever, we just got water for the table. And I was like, the way you people waste money. Like, that 1 tray of waters probably cost my entire rent of my apartment in Vacaville. I'm just saying. Also, rent in Vacaville was really cheap back then. Actually, I might not have still been in Vacaville. Was this in the 2Ks? When did that first Nickelback album come out? I can't remember now. Everything's a blur. Just blame Dayquil. You know what I'm saying? Dayquil's got me all confused. Thanks, Justine. I know it's a bummer. Andrea, you thought you were coming down with something? Earache, sore throat. Somehow you nipped it. I hope you nipped it because I thought I was nipping it. I was all confident. I was overconfident yesterday. I was baking cookies last night. And then today I was like, it won't stop. My head hurts so much right now. Yep, that's right, Falcon. Cowtown, Vacaville. Or, you know, whatever the kids say. That's how you can tell if people live there. They know they just call it Vacaville. People that don't live there they like try to pronounce it like in strange ways, and it's hilarious. Same with Vallejo. Anybody out here pronouncing the J in Vallejo? Stop. Nobody does that. I grew up Solano County, man. I don't say Vallejo. Hi, Lance. Good to see you too. What's up in Pittsburgh, yo? Happy holidays. Yeah, happy holidays, everybody. It's upon us. If you haven't finished your shopping, you are almost at the bitter end. You're going to be ordering gift cards and stuff. Like, yeah. Valley Joe, I will accept Valley Joe, Falcon, but only if you're being facetious because, yeah, we say that too when we're joking around. What's that, Justine? give you your shirt. Oh, give me my shit back. I'm out of here. Yeah, like honestly, I was like, oh, I did not know that this is how it was gonna be. Like, I'll just go back to my hotel for the night. Like, I am not here to spend money because I'm poor. Like, y'all just picked me up in a sweep with some friends. Like, they're the ones who get PDs. They're getting paid to be here. I just also happen to be in town, and I am cheap and poor. Also, I've really got to get this old nail polish off because I filmed the shrimp scampi I made today so I can post it later, and I just realized that my hands are in it, just all just janky, just so just at least I'm authentic. Authentic is going to start to be like an insult now. I love your feed. It's so authentic. Thanks. Oh, look, somebody over here is saying Valley Joe too. Oh, but also they're also making lewd suggestions. Creepy. I wonder if like he thinks I'm going to acknowledge the lewd suggestions personally, or if that's the kink, is like hoping I'll react and be like, oh my God, lewd suggestions, yikes. Anyway, hey Jim, thank you. I hope you have fun at the Niner game. I lost my credential. Life's a weird series of adjustments. Hi, Ray. The cough comes and goes. As long as I'm constantly with a beverage in hand, just like lubricating, it will stop. But, that's about that. Hi, Zach. Justine, you finally stopped pronouncing Vallejo. Seriously, anybody out here still pronouncing the J? Just let me know. How do you tell me you didn't live there without telling me you didn't live there? But then like people are starting to do that now because it's gentrifying like crazy. Jim, you've only been to one game this year? Are you kidding me? Like A, why wouldn't you go to more games? Because yeah, but B, I got told that in order to get a credential, I had to commit to a minimum of 6 home games. And since there are only 8 home games, that gets kind of tough after a while. Like I was actually I was in trouble. I was like wonky because I had to, oh, look, Southwest wants me to check in for my flight right now too. It's okay. I'm like an A-list. They'll check in for me. But yeah, I was told that I had to go to 6 games, and that was tough because I was out of town for the game that was happening on my birthday, and then I was going to be out of town for the game that's happening over the Christmas weekend. So I was missing 2 games, which meant I had to go to every other game. But then I got fired, and now I can't go to any of the games. I mean, it's not like they won't let me in. I would just have to buy a ticket. And the aforementioned budget changes have made that not ideal. Nobody ever comments in TikTok except for Deirdre. But it's cool. It's crazy because I see you people checking in on TikTok. I see when you log in. I know you're watching, but nobody ever like converses. It's cool. You do you. I'm not mad. Zachary, is that your way of saying Merry Christmas? It's all like horns and Santas. Dan, what happens? What happens for what? What happens if I miss a game when I've committed to 6? I think that it puts in jeopardy your credential for the following season. They are well, I mean, and rightfully so, they're very strict with those credentials because we found out that if you are still on the field after the start of the game on something like, I don't know, a Monday Night Football, and you get caught with your pregame only credential, you and the company you represent could be fined tens of thousands of dollars. It's crazy. So there's a lot of responsibility associated with those credentials that they, so if you got to go to 6 games to get one, then you got to go to 6 games to get one. Hey, Bob, are you going to be with Crosby Collective at the Guild Theater? because I'm thinking about driving down for that. It's a hike for me, but I'm gonna try. Hi, Jimbo. How you doing? What's happening? I am sick, so this is gonna be like not only a short one, but a kind of a woozy one. Ray, am I a fan of the Beastie Boys? Who isn't a fan of the Beastie Boys? Or are you, or is that not a typo and you meant to say Beastie Boyd like it's an offshoot? Because that sounds like a bunch of substitute teachers got together and formed a Beastie Boys cover band and decided to call it Beastie Boyd. Doesn't Mr. or Mrs. Boyd sound exactly like a substitute teacher's name? Like every substitute teacher ever? You would believe that if I was like, your substitute teacher's coming in and it's Mrs. Boyd today. You would just automatically believe me. In fact, if I were going to be a substitute teacher, which is at this point a possibility, I'm pretty sure I just need a college degree, right? And I can go teach kids. No, oh my God. Could you imagine if I was teaching your children? Who knows? Maybe I'd be good at it. I wonder if they'd complain about my blue hair. I remember dress code infractions were such a thing now, back when I was a kid. We had like a whole riot at my school. It made the news. It made like the local news and everything. There was like an organized protest for not being allowed to wear not being allowed to wear clothes that advertised alcohol. But in the 80s, like Corona Beach Club and Spuns McKenzie were a whole line of clothing that everybody was wearing. Chip School of Rock. I feel like that's already taken. I think I think that's trademarked. It is Boyd, Ray? That's confusing. Then I don't know what you're talking about. Gino, yes, they fired my ass, and that doesn't mean no Christmas presents. The niece and nephews are still getting their Christmas presents, but no grown-ups are getting Christmas presents this year. Actually, that's not true, because we're doing a gift exchange with my friends on Christmas Day that I'm staying with in Vegas, and that gift exchange is in our group of friends where we just recently lost someone, so everybody there is getting Christmas presents too. So I didn't take them all back. But also I worked at the Fillmore on Sunday, so I feel like it like cancels that out. Falcon, you launched right into bad pronunciations of North Bay towns. you go right ahead, dude. I mean, Fairfield is Squarefield and Vallejo is Valley Joe. What are some newer local metal hard rock bands in the Bay that you should be following? You tell me, man. I got to be honest. I get so many emails from so many bands, and so many of them are from labels and not labels and like just randoms that I don't know who is new or old or any good or anything, because there's just too many. I just wait till somebody else tells me. You know who you should ask that question of? Will effing Carroll. Will Carroll has the encyclopedic knowledge of all things metal and his finger on the pulse of many, many new bands. Oh, which reminds me, his new band Nefarious. You should be following them. Yeah, I'm not the best person to ask for new bands. I'm not, but right now I'm just like, I got a head full of cold medicine, and I'm way better at multiple choice than I am at fill in the blank. So if you ask me to like fill in the blank on something, I'm going to be like, oh, let me think. But if you're like, hey, this band, or this band, which one would you go see? Then I could do something with that. Unless you're asking me to choose between two Bay Area bands, which, as we know from yesterday, is not a good thing to do. I can't. I have a lot of rules. My personality is governed by a series of skills and rules. What can I say? Hi, Dan. I see you bouncing around, and that's fine. You don't have to announce which thing you're on. I will see you. They all go to one column for me, unless it's the TikTok or the Instagram. But Dan, everything that you are on is all in one column. Justine, too bad for the repetitive motion injury. Otherwise, I could just type. Oh yeah. If I didn't have a repetitive motion injury, I'd probably be playing video games right now. And then you guys would all be watching me on Twitch. You can watch me on Twitch anyway, just FYI. Also, please, for the love of God, follow me on Instagram if you're not, because I'm trucking my way up to 10,000 someday. Thanks, Savoya. I know, we Blue Crew, we got to stick together, yo. Ray, you have typed Boyd twice and boys once. So honestly, you might as well just like stop asking that question. I don't know what you're talking about. Zach, you're eating Skittles. Congrats. Dan, you think I make a good kindergarten teacher? And you're basing that on my live streams? Dan, I no longer trust your judgment. Not that I did before. Dan, I should do a white elephant party. Where am I going to get an elephant this time of year? No, I'm not going to do any parties. I'm joining other people's parties for the time being. I need a moment. What is? Oh, Justine, since you have a disability, you had physical therapy and you were doing stairs and your principal walked by and you had a no chewing gum policy and you shoved it, almost swallowed it. Oh my. If you can't talk with gum in your mouth so that nobody knows you have gum in your mouth, you probably shouldn't be chewing that gum. I've literally had a vitamin under my tongue for half this live stream and you couldn't tell, could you? Seriously, sublingual vitamin D under the tongue. There's probably still some red bits in my teeth. I don't know. And nobody noticed. Did you notice? Oh, this tea's starting to go cold. See, normally I don't notice or I don't care, but now that like my nose is starting to run and my tea is going cold, yikes. Hi, David. Great to see you too. Have a great Christmas. Don't get sick. It sucks. It sucks large. Zach, share your Skittles. See, now you've gone and done it, Zach. Dan, no, I did not trust you. I'm sorry. Did I say that? I mean, okay. One of the cats is in the litter box. And you know how cats like dig around in the litter box? He's not digging around in the litter box. He's like slapping the side of the litter box. Like he's spanking the litter box where there's no litter. He's just spanking up. He's just like, bap, 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 bap. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's super weird. Also, I'm just going to cycle that like immediately so I don't have to smell it because no matter how stuffed up my nose is, it's too much. Oh, come on. Go, 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 go. Oh, of course, now it's not going to work and I'm going to have to go into the app and I can't go into the app because it's on the Instagram feed right now. All right. This thing is going to end super fast if I start to smell that. I'm just saying. Hi, Christopher. It's crazy tonight. Nobody has patience on the eve of Christmas Eve. Well, people are terrible, Chris. That's why. Hi, Leilani. Scorpios, girl. I feel you. I'm fighting a cold. Hi, Steve. Merry Christmas. I know. I've been talking to her. My friend Carrie is Steve's sister, and I've known them since I've known them since junior high. And yes, I have been talking to her. I saw the pictures from her surgery and everything. And yeah, I had lunch with her right before she did it. So I'm glad I got to see her. Falcon, there's lots of new stuff out there. Anyone that says rock just doesn't know where to find it. You know rock is dead. You know what's funny is I was telling all my friends, they're like, I don't understand new music. All the new music sucks. There's no scene like there used to be. And I was like, I hate to be the one to break this to you guys, but there is totally a scene. There are a ton of bands out there. You just don't know where it is. You just don't know who they are. And you just don't know what it is because you're old. We're old. I'm sorry. We've aged out of that club demo, you know? Hi, Yvonne. And I mean, there's a fine line between being up on all the new stuff and being the old guy at the club, you know? And I'm not saying anybody should be ageist. If you go and you have a good time, go and have a good time. But also I do not feel the need to be like finger on the pulse of like every new thing that's coming around. Like new things can marinate for a little while. And if they last long enough to get into my orbit, cool. And if they don't, meh, it's okay. It's all right. I don't need to know about that flash in the pan one hit wonder that wasn't a hit. It'll go away and I won't need to know about it. Nobody'll care. It's super weird how like TikTok keeps asking me to invite people to co-host my live stream. Why would you ask strangers to co-host your live stream? Is there something I'm not aware of? It reminds me of that. What was that chat? Not Chat GPT. Chat roulette. Did anybody do chat roulette? I did not, but I knew people that did. And chat roulette was like the weirdest thing. But remember how like weird it was, and so it was gone really fast because people did not want to just randomly be signed up to chat with people that they didn't ask to chat with, because 9 out of 10 of those people was like a dude with his dick out. It's so weird how that happens. Like dicks ruin everything. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because this dude is still trying to like make lewd comments in my YouTube stream, but apologies to anybody on YouTube who's having to watch that. Hi, Umberto. I will try and get well soon and hopefully have a Merry Christmas. I think I'm right now feeling so bad because I'm in between Dayquil doses, and I'm trying to ride out this Dayquil dose until I can get to a NyQuil dose. I don't know why when you buy, they used to, did I tell you this? They used to sell Sherry NyQuil in a 3-pack at like Costco, and you could even get the 2-pack at like Walgreens or something. And now they don't do that. They insist on selling you at Costco. You can get 2 Cherry NyQuils with 1 Dayquil. Like that's the closest they'll let you do it, because I think they're afraid you're just going to get all like scissorped out on the Cherry NyQuil. And they're like, nope, we've got to give you 1 little jar of gasoline to go with it. Hey, Jeremy. Yeah, it's not just as a girl. Like if you were doing chat roulette and you were a dude and you were partnered with another dude who had his dick out, wouldn't you just still be like somewhat off-put that your chat was like interrupted by a dude with his dick out? Like I feel like a dude with his dick out is just off-putting to everyone, including another dude with his dick out. Help me. Tell me I'm wrong. Hi, Krieg. Are you inviting me to join as a guest at my own live stream? I don't know what that means, brother, but welcome to my TikTok. Thank you. I'm going to try and feel better if I have anything to do with it, for sure. Oh, you never did Chat GPT. You never did chat roulette? Yeah, I didn't either, but like every single person I talked to who did, which is clearly a scientific study, said that they did. They came across a dude with their dick out. Yeah, see, even you have to admit that like dudes with their dicks out ruin everything. Hi, Yvonne. How are you? Hey, Brad. You're in BC, Canada? How far is that from Toronto? That's really far from Toronto, huh? I'm going to Toronto to see Rush in August. Job or no job, I will be there because I got airline miles and I already bought the concert ticket. Justine, you heard the kitty? Aw, yeah, you heard him taking a poo. Ew. I didn't realize that would happen. Brad, you think Aries rule? Oh, that's sad for you, Brad. David, old death metal will always be the best. No notes. Oops, did I do that? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but hi. Oof. Good thing I didn't almost tap on the obscene ones, because they're still flying in here with like some real lack of creativity. Brian StubHub apologizes for the mix-up involving Lamb of God. I saw that. Randy posted that. That is hilarious. I mean, honestly, StubHub at your own risk, because as somebody who has worked in box offices, I can tell you that I have been in a box office when literally hundreds of people showed up and were like, but I bought these tickets on StubHub. They have to be real. And we're like, no, they don't. If you bought them from Ticketmaster, they would have to be real. But if you bought them from StubHub, They don't. And they're like, but StubHub guarantees. And it's like, nope, read the fine print. StubHub doesn't guarantee the tickets are real. StubHub guarantees that your money they'll refund your money if something goes wrong. And that's what ended up happening. Like a jillion people had to go back to StubHub and be like, you sold me counterfeit tickets, meh. Sorry, I'm sick. Everything's greasy. Gross. Hi, Monique. Long time no see. How are you? Yeah, so just so you, oh, Yvonne, NAMM? God, why does everybody keep asking me if I'm going to NAMM? I'm never at NAMM. I haven't been to NAMM in years, since before the pandemic. I traded NAMM for Comic-Con back in like maybe 2015 or 16. I think 2016. Thank you. I think 2016 was the first time I went to Comic-Con, and 2015 was the last time I went to NAMM. And as much fun as NAMM can be, it's expensive, especially if you don't plan ahead, in terms of getting like a cheap flight and a good deal on a hotel room. And I just, I've had this conversation. Is the investment on the NAMM convention going to produce enough of a return for it to be worth it? And I just don't think it will. I think that NAMM has kind of been disintegrating because so much has moved online, and and everybody's cutting back. The economy. I saw a headline that claims that the GDP grew in the third quarter, but I have not just seen any evidence of it really. So I don't know what that's about, but the economy is still tight on everybody for the most part. So I just, and as the trickle down effect of the lack of funds, it's so funny because like when there's too much money, it doesn't trickle down. But when there's not enough money, the hurt trickles down fast, doesn't it? And a lot of these vendors don't have the money to bring their artists out. And if the artists aren't there, who's going? What was that? Oh, sorry, that went fast. What is that? Jedi Luke, but with an I, with an EYE. That's cute. I shaped your knowledge of local metal. Wow. Thank you. I'm happy to do it, dude. Oops, there we go. I almost kicked you out, Jeremy. That was accidental. Jeremy, how about Polestar? Is that worth attending? I don't know. I've never been to does Polestar have an awards or a convention? If they do, I've never been. I'd be curious, but I don't know what it's like. Yeah. So, if I were in a different position, or if there was a vendor that wanted to bring me out in like a hosting capacity or a marketing capacity, then it would make sense for me to go. But because I've done that before, where like I hosted Dunlop's 50th anniversary dinner, and I did interviews for Monster Cable one year. And then in a few years, I just paid for myself to be out there, and I networked and met a lot of great people and made a lot of great connections. But like I said, in the later years, it really just got to be where I was flying 500 miles to hang out with people that lived 30 minutes away. And it just didn't make sense anymore. So not this time around. Maybe NAMM 27. We'll see how things go, or what things end up looking like, or if it even makes any sense. I don't know. Justine, you think Virgos rule? Oh, sweetie, no. You are so far down the food chain. I can't even. Don't feel bad. It's just how it is. Kardik, hi. Quite the win for the Niners. I know, right? I can't go to the games, but I'm still happy they won. Let's see. Dan, do I have a Patreon account? No. Hey, Kriego. What's up, yo? Krieg checking in on TikTok and Facebook. That's amazing. Okay. I think my head just hit a wall. I know it's only 5:30-ish. Well, it's almost 5:45 actually. I made it longer than I thought I would. Jedi Luke, you want to know who the best Bay Area band is or bands that are still playing alive? All of them. Oh my God. Why do you keep asking me to choose between the Bay Area bands? You know they know where I live. They genuinely are good though. I mean, we are kind of burdened with like too much of a good thing, you know? I mean, we've got Exodus, Testament, Death Angel, Forbidden. Like that's my big four right there. Obviously, Metallica are like orbiting us all, like we're orbiting Metallica really like the freaking sun. But yeah, anytime you get a chance to see any Bay Area band, go because they're so good. I know, right? Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I have boiled so much water today. It's insane. Dan, would I consider getting a Patreon? You know, I probably would. Right now, I got to be honest with you guys. I mean, I am just like straight stumbling. I am trying my damnedest to just be consistent because that seems to be the one thing that I haven't been able to do over the years to kind of like really establish a social media presence. And so that's why I dragged myself out from the blankets to come say hi and talk to you guys for a little bit today. Paul Taylor, are you going to be on the cruise? I see you. I see you on Insta. Yeah, that's why I drag myself out of the blankets because I am stumbling through. I know everybody wants to know if I've got a plan and this, that, and the other, but I genuinely did not. I figured, I literally did not think I was going to get fired. I thought I knew I could get fired at any time. You think so? Oh, good. Me too. We get to hang then. I genuinely thought that because we made it past Thanksgiving that we weren't going to have any cutbacks this year. So I got a little comfortable and I started like just focusing on other things. And then I was like, oh, I really need to kind of nail down and start doing better on social media. And then I was, you know, I had the podcast with Kehoe planned and I was like, cool, I can take a break. And then I got fired and now I can't take a break, but also my friend died and my stepbrother died and I'm sick now. And I was just trying to get through the week. And now I'm like, just trying to get through another week and everything is happening kind of like one day at a time. So, would I consider getting a Patreon? Sure. Am I going to have the time to sit down and like figure out what that means and what I would have to do to contribute to it? Eventually. But it's one of those things that's just like so far out in the periphery. And I don't know when it's going to get moved onto the plate. You know, it's out there on the butter dish and the bread plate that I don't have time to get to. Like I'm trying to eat these meat and potatoes right now. And right now that meat and potatoes is just like consistently posting. I'm trying so hard not to post crap, but don't hate me if I do, because at some point I'm just going to be all like, here's the thing. Just feed the algorithm, dude. Feed the algorithm. I'm dying over here. And then hopefully things will get better. But you know, a little bit of progress every day, even if it's at a glacial pace. And I think that's going to have to be good enough for now. And girl, feet pics. I know, right? The feet pics are going to have to happen. I need a pedicure, like in the worst way. Well, obviously, if I need a manicure, I need a pedicure. They go hand in hand and hand and foot. Bad puns. Okay. I think that's everybody's questions, right? Yeah. All right. I think I got to cut out early, guys. Thank you. I will be funnier next week. When did they let me go? Friday, a week ago. Shrimping. What? What are you asking me about? Did I already tell you I made shrimp scampi for dinner? Did I tell you that? I don't remember saying that. I would say I'd show you the pictures, but my phone is up there. Novel, you missed yesterday's stream. Did I already figure out OBS? Oh, I did not. Oh, feet pics. Merry Christmas, Paul. Love you. Have a good one. Thanks, Mark. I'm going to try and, well, I can't be anyone but me. I mean, I could try, but being me is probably the thing I do best. Is that Miguel? Oh, thank you. Oh, it is Miguel. Sorry. Wow. I just tried to read that and my head just went. I was just talking to a friend of mine. Well, you guys know Pandora. Like, if you remember from back in the Ask a Hot Chick days, Pandora and I were just talking about how, like, Dayquil, there's something in it, man, that makes you feel like, she was like, I feel like I should call my sponsor before I take it. Vlad, please show signed Metallica. What do you mean? Oh, do you mean the drum heads that we were talking about yesterday that Eric was asking about? This? Is that what you wanted to see? It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. It's also not going on eBay, so don't ask. I mean, I may have lost my job, but I'm not that broke. There are many, although I do have a garage full of stuff I am going to sell first. So yeah, that's probably actually, Dan, now that I think about it, that's going to be probably what I do before I do a Patreon is I'm going to start selling a lot of that stuff in the garage that I don't need, that's taking up space, so that I can have a more social media friendly living space and try and create content on a more consistent basis. Yeah. That is what you wanted to see, Vlad? Okay, cool. I'm glad you liked it. Mark, you want to make a feature film on Sora 2? I don't know what that means, but a feature film sounds like a lot. How much Metallica signed, or how many people from Metallica signed? There's no how much. That's not for sale. It's never going to be. Sorry. But I'll have to, I might have doubles of a Metallica signed poster. If I do, I'll let you know. I got to look through the garage and see what I got. I do have some Metallica stuff though, for sure. Gracie and Stella, you love my work with Squindo. Oh, thank you. That is my jam right there. Is that event was like exactly what I love to do. I love to be in a live space, having like a conversational interview with somebody about what they do, especially when they're a talented artist who works with one of my favorite metal bands. And Squindo is awesome. And he and his wife, we just had so much fun. I'm so glad I got to know them. That's the beauty of Metallica, man. They bring people together worldwide. I hope you guys will get a chance, I know you will, to see the movie. Sorry, this is killing me. The movie that I saw at the Mill Valley Film Festival, Metallica Saved My Life. It's really good. They're going to edit it again because it does have some like pacing issues, but the stories are just fantastic. It's like all these Metallica fans and their incredible stories. And I really enjoyed it. And it's kind of cool the way Metallica brings people together. You could be traveling anywhere all by yourself and you see somebody in a Metallica shirt, and I can just literally be like, hey, I know those guys. Boom, they're my friends, like wherever we are. Hi, Earl. You're peeking in. I hope you have a wonderful holiday too. Oh, I'm glad you appreciate that, Dan. Miguel, yeah, I do feel like I used to be when I quit radio in 2015. Yes, Mark, it's going to be Nikki Black's garage sale. It's actually on eBay. You could go to Nikki Black's garage sale right now, but I don't think there's anything up there. Yeah, so when I quit radio in 2015, sorry, this headache is really starting to pound. When I quit radio in 2015, I had a path in my head to go right back to radio. And I started on that path and everything was going great. And then boom, all the radio companies filed for bankruptcy. And it was just like it is now, where it was like they were firing people. They were making everybody do multiple jobs. And honestly, I probably should have learned that lesson at the time. But I still spent all those years trying to get back to radio, and then I did. And once I did, I was like, okay. But also, I just spent 7 years not being on the radio, and I was okay. I found a way to be okay with that. And and the way that I got back on radio was so random. It was not something I ever could have planned for, and so I kind of like learned to let go of that control I needed to have for like this vision of the future. And now I honestly don't know what that vision is going to be. I just know that like every day I'm going to get up and try and create content, and I'm going to network with people that I know for ideas that I have, and look for jobs. Sean shots. It's time for NyQuil shots. Honestly, it really is. I think I've made it through. I think I've made it through the Dayquil phase, and I am ready for the NyQuil phase. And I'm getting ready to climb back under my blanket. Is it Festivus time? Hi, Jeff. All right. Sorry to everybody who just joined, because you're catching the wrap up, because this tea has gone like, yeah, painfully cold, and I am painfully sick. And I think my voice is just going to keep getting worse if I don't have anything, if I don't have like a hot tea with honey to fix it. But thank you everybody for coming in, and thank you and Merry Christmas. I don't know if I'll be able to pop on again between now and the rest of the week, but I will be back on Monday for sure. I will try and do something Friday, but I got a sneaking suspicion that it's just not going to happen, because I probably don't want to pack a bag. And if I'm carrying on, I can't fit all this. All right, Mark. But first, have a happy holiday, whichever one you are celebrating, or all of them, because we just had solstice. We're still in Hanukkah, and we're about to have Christmas. And then after that is Kwanzaa. So everybody, whatever holiday you have, celebrate them all, because honestly, if you feed me, I will celebrate your holiday. Zinc and vitamin C, trust me, dude. I just took a massive handful of vitamins. Like I said, I was sucking on a sublingual vitamin B when we started this thing. Things that sound kinky but aren't. And yeah, so have a good one, everybody. Thanks, Miguel. Thank you, Sean. I love you. Thank you, Justine. And happy holidays to all. And, you know, don't get sick. I mean, the trade up, you know, it's what happens when you go to the Death Angel Christmas shows. You either go to the Death Angel Christmas shows and get sick, or you stay home and you miss the Death Angel Christmas shows, but you don't get sick. I gotta say, I don't regret my decisions. Happy holidays, everybody. Come on.